Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo, I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available summer 2023, the album, Dad, Shimmy Shimmy AF. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies, Jaclyn Hill Tory. Tell me lies, 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 yeah. Boost! How are you guys doing today? I was actually going through my iTunes trying to pick a song for today, and I came across one of my favorite songs of life, Shakira singing Hips Don't Lie. Never knew that she could dance like this. She makes a man wanna speak Spanish. Como se llama? Poquita. Boost! How are you guys doing today? I love that song so much, and I have to tell you, it is the truth, though. It is the truth. The words of that song speak the truth. When I saw my husband dance, now we have been together now 15 years, and we've been married 12 years as of the 25th, and yay! And I can remember, we used to go to this salsa night on Thursday nights at this place called the Jazz Kitchen here in Indianapolis, and it was like one of the, I think they still have it. It's like one of the best nights ever to go out, and it's like this small bar, and it's like packed, and everybody's real dressed up, and I will never forget that my husband, who is a fantastic dancer, my husband and his cousin Maya, who lives in Los Angeles, she did live in Los Angeles, she now lives in Las Vegas. Hey Maya, how are you? My husband and his cousin Maya, they entered this salsa contest, and oh my god, I loved it so much. And the last song, it was like, at the beginning, it was like 20 couples, and at the very end, and this was like literally like our third date or something like this, right? And I'll never forget, I had on this like vintage Dior polo shirt that I had gotten at this vintage store just that day. It was like red. It was, listen, I had it going on back then, okay? And I was sitting up in this booth, and with all of Alex's friends that I had just met, and all of Maya's friends that I had just met, and there they were out on the dance floor, and it had started off being like 20 or 25 couples, and it was down to them and one other couple that was like 85, and it was this Celia Cruz song that I absolutely love Celia Cruz so much. And anyway, they lost. They tapped them on their shoulder and they had to go. They gave it to the 85-year-old couple, I think, just to be nice. But I will never forget sitting there and watching my husband dance and seeing his butt move around that floor, and I was like, oh my Lord, he makes me want to speak Spanish. Yo quiero tu cuerpo cerca de mí. Anyway, so, how are you guys doing today? Yes, it is a Monday, and when it's a Monday, it is a Jaclyn Hill video. I think I'm going to start calling them Jaclyn Hill Mondays, but then I would have to call them Jaclyn Hill Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and Fridays, and Saturdays, and sometimes Sundays, too. But anyway, today I'm going to talk about Jaclyn Hill. No, I want to make I want to say two things before I get into this video. Number one, this video is not about my coverage or my reaction to the podcast The Sesh with Kendall Rae, where they had Ginger Ard on as a guest, and Ginger Ard shared her truth about her experience with Jaclyn Hill. I've watched about half the podcast now. I want to watch it fully and kind of respond to it when I get done watching it. A lot of people have reached out to me and asked me to watch that. I said this in my video the other day. Y'all listen, okay? I got Fear the Walking Dead to watch, okay? I just finished season 5 last night. I'm now in season 6 on episode 3. It's like, can these people catch a break? It's like they get away from one bad person, and then it's like 2 seconds later they meet another bad person. You know what I mean? But anyway, I kind of think it is truly like the beauty influencer world, though. I mean, I was sitting there and I was watching it, and I was thinking to myself, you know, like, I think I was talking about this on my vlog, actually, that, like, when you watch these, like, Walking Dead universe shows, like The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, and things like that, it's not really the zombies that they're afraid of, you know, it truly isn't, okay, they listen, they get them like that, right? It's not really the zombies that they're afraid of, it's other people, I mean, and that really speaks to how we view humanity, don't you think? I think it's rather sad in how we view humanity, and I'm going to talk about humanity here in just a second, because I think it's apropos to this video. But anyway, I am going to do a reaction to the Sesh podcast talking about Jaclyn Hill because I think it's important. And I think that Ginger Ard's story is really, really important. And I actually did a video a couple days ago talking about her Reddit post that she posted. And that was kind of just the beginning of her coming out and sharing her story. So I want to make sure that I talk about that. And there's actually another woman business owner that, makeup cosmetics owner, that is on there as well that shares her story of her experience with Jaclyn Hill. So I want to talk about that. But I want to make sure that I watch it fully and that I can respond appropriately to it, okay? To give it the merit that I think it deserves. So that's the first thing I want to say. The second thing I want to say is, okay, so from time to time, and it seems like it's been happening a lot more lately, probably because I've been making a lot more Jaclyn Hill videos, I get messages from people that will send me very specific kind of like personal stuff about Jaclyn Hill, all right? And they'll say, could you please cover this, or could you please cover this, and Jaclyn Hill needs to go down, and the attitude is very much like, take her down, take a bitch down, get her, like we're in the zombie apocalypse. Okay, listen, this is not Fear the Walking Dead. Jaclyn Hill is not the governor, and I'm not trying to take her down, okay? So I want to make that very, very clear. And I don't know, I feel like I say this in a lot of videos, but I want to make my my dreams for Jaclyn Hill very, very clear going forward. You know, my intention of making videos about Jaclyn Hill, or talking about her not disclosing affiliate links, or where she gets in one video and she says one thing and she does something else, which I think is a lie. I mean, if you say one thing and you do the opposite, that's a lie, right? Okay, so where she's lying to her audience, where she won't come out and address situations, where she has walked all over many, many female business owners through the years, and is not really about women's empowerment, even though she preaches about women's empowerment. These are all, I believe, things that the consumer has a right to know when they are putting money in Jaclyn Hill's pocket, okay? That being said, my goal, whether I come across in my videos or not as funny or joking or being shady, which I'm gonna be shady from time to time, you know, like, my goal is not to ruin her, okay? That is not my goal, is to ruin the woman. You know, I say this in a lot of my videos, and I think maybe people don't believe this, or I think some people do that watch my vlog and other thing, and they see, you know, kind of like the action of it, where I talk about other parts of my life, maybe. But I really, for the people that I talk about in my videos, okay, and I'm gonna go out and say, you know, all the people that I talk about in my videos, whether that's Jaclyn Hill or Trisha Paytas, whether that is Shane Dawson or Jeffree Star, no matter, James Charles, whoever I'm talking about, okay, I want them to be able to grow and take accountability for their actions, and to, you know, learn from their mistakes, and, you know, and I think that to do that, you have to work through the pain, and you have to take a look at your actions and how your actions have harmed other people, and that's called cleaning up the wreckage of your past. It's something that we do in recovery. For those of you that don't know, I've been sober for 28 and a half years. And people always are like, yeah, you have to mention that in every video. Well, there are a lot of people that watch my videos for the very first time that don't know that. So it's important because I speak the language of recovery, and it kind of is just in every part of what I say and what I do. So it is important for me that I say that. It's also important for me that people know, that are watching my videos maybe for the first time, that they sit here and they go, oh, well, if Peter can stay sober, maybe I can stay sober too. So that's why I do say that often in videos, and because I'm very proud of it. I think in my entire life, with my master's degree and my marriage and relationships I've had in my life and the changes that I've made in my life and the growth that I've had, I think the most proudest moment that I've ever had in my entire life is the moment that I got sober and being able to continue to stay sober. I'm very proud of that moment because it was a long time coming, and I worked very, very hard on that, and it's also basically the foundation for everything in my life. And so I like to share that in stories that I talk about over here. I like to share that in my videos so that people can go, wow, like, Peter seems to have a pretty amazing life, and I do. I have a life beyond my wildest dreams. And you can too if you're out there and you're still struggling. So I want to say that. But kind of going along with that, you know, some people have reached out to me and they've wanted me to talk about things to do with Jaclyn Hill's ex, and, you know, on and on and on. And this wasn't just one person, I want to make that very clear. This has been several people over the last, I would say, a couple weeks. You know, out of respect for him and all of that, those are things that I don't want to get involved in, okay? I don't want to pick apart Jaclyn Hill's life. It's one thing to talk about her as a businesswoman. It's one thing to talk about how she lies about things to do with her personal life. Like saying that she's allergic to cats and she can't have her cat inside, and then having her cat all over her with cat hair in her Angola sweater and things like that. Okay, that's a completely different situation, right? Okay, so, for me, that just demonstrates Jaclyn Hill's lies. But I don't want to pick apart her life. My goal on this channel is not to ruin Jaclyn Hill. My goal is that maybe Jaclyn Hill is redeemable on some level. Maybe Jaclyn Hill, with everybody out coming out and telling their stories, with all of these experiences that people have had, you know, in the beauty industry with Jaclyn, maybe at some point, and I have to be honest with you, like, so much has happened and she's been called out so many times that I don't hold out a lot of hope for this. I really, really don't, you know, and that kind of makes me sad, but I still hold like a glimmer of hope. You know, my mom got sober at 51 years old, and one of the things that I tell people is don't ever give up hope that somebody can get sober. So I don't give up hope that Jaclyn Hill can be redeemable. I don't really have that much of an emotional attachment to her, but I want that for everybody. I want everybody to grow and learn and change, right? Because their life is going to be more enjoyable. And in all honesty, Jaclyn Hill does not seem very happy to me. Jaclyn Hill actually seems rather miserable to me. And I would think that it would be miserable to keep up with the facade and keep up with the lies and keep up with this whole idea of, let me show you my life. And I think that's where, and she doesn't understand this, when she's coming out and she's selling a product, okay, like her new vanity highlight, whatever, she's like, hi, how are you, blah, blah, blah. But then she's doing a Jaclyn's Journey where she's talking about how difficult her life's been. There's a disconnect, right? And Jaclyn doesn't understand why her audience doesn't get that they think there's a disconnect. Well, the disconnect is that she's coming out in those Jaclyn's Journeys and she's trying to be, girl, I mean, I've watched them, okay? I mean, she's trying to be as honest as she possibly can, but then the rest of it is all marketing of what this fantastic life she has. Well, you can't come out in a video and talk about how difficult the last 4 weeks of your life have been, and then come out in a video and be like, hi, how are you? I mean, it completely is disingenuous, right? People, they don't buy it, you know? When you're going through the most miserable period of your life, and I don't care what anybody says, okay? Oh, she's got business obligations and blah, 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 whatever. Jaclyn Hill would sell more of that highlighter if she came out and said, this is not coming out at a good time in my life, okay? I'm closing down my 2 businesses, which I'm sad about, even though they weren't really ever my dream, even though they were my dream, and they were my legacy. She said, her words, not mine. But this is coming at a difficult time, and now I have this product I have to launch, and it's really not coming out at a great time, and I'm really struggling with it. But one thing I've always loved is makeup, you know? And so I do get excited about talking about makeup. And maybe this new launch will bring me some happiness. If she were able to get honest about that, do you know how many units she would sell? Instead of her wanting to get fakety in a video, she doesn't have the ability to do that, okay? My dream for Jaclyn Hill is for her to stop lying to her audience, disclose ads appropriately. I mean, I can't even tell you how many times people call her out on Instagram. She's like, I always do no, girl, you don't. You don't disclose your affiliate links appropriately, okay? It's a huge FTC guideline violation, okay? And you can be charged huge sums of money. And to be honest with you, she's kind of stopped the last couple days, so I'm not entirely sure that that's not happening. I'm not entirely sure that Jaclyn coming out and saying she doesn't want to be a salesperson anymore, which she doesn't see, you know, pushing her own products as being a salesperson. So I have to believe that she only equates that to her pushing affiliate links. So, you know, there's a lot of people now that are being very careful about affiliate links because the affiliate link guidelines just changed and they just got harder, and people know that, right, behind the scenes. So I'm not sure that A, Jaclyn hasn't already been penalized, or Jaclyn hasn't been sent a warning, number one, and number two, that she's not scared that she's going to lose that. So that's why she's coming out and she's saying, Jaclyn's always somebody to get ahead of the game, right? Like, that's why she came out and said that she didn't push Ulta, because we all know that Ulta is discontinuing the Jaclyn Cosmetics brand. We already know that, okay? People from Ulta have already come out and said, we're not reordering her products in our store. So Jaclyn gets ahead of it, and she says, well, I never really pushed Ulta. So then when people come out and say, well, your products aren't in our store anymore, she'll say, yeah, it was because I didn't push it. Jaclyn came out ahead of the thing, and when she talked about closing her brands and said, and I don't know what's happening with Jaclyn Cosmetics. Then when Jaclyn Cosmetics closed down, she can say, well, yeah, like I said, I didn't know. She's getting ahead of the game, okay? That's also a huge part of her dishonesty. Because if she were honest with her audience, she'd just have this honest conversation with them about what's going on. But she doesn't have the ability to do that. It's all a game to Jaclyn. It's all maneuvering people and places and pieces, right? It's all maneuvering so that when this comes out, I've already addressed it here. When this comes out, I can already address it here. It's all that, right? So her coming out and saying that she doesn't want her social media to be a storefront anymore, I have to believe to some degree is because she's either threatened that the FTC is going to take action or the FTC has already taken action. I have to believe that many, many people have reported Jaclyn Hill at this point. I have to believe that because myself and so many other people are talking about it. And, you know, Kevin James Bennett just came out not too long ago and talked about how easy it is to report, like, James Charles makeup to the FTC or to the FDA and things like that. It's very easy to report people to the Amazon affiliates and say that they're not doing their things correctly. It's very easy to report it to the FTC. If they get enough traction, people are going to take action. So I kind of wonder if something hasn't happened behind the scenes already. But like I said, my goal with Jaclyn Hill is always that I want the best for these people. I really do. I want her to stop lying to her audience. I want her to get honest about things like whether or not she owns this brand or not, which I think we already know with factual evidence of court documentation. Fight me on that. Okay? Y'all want to come out and say that's not true, she owns her own business. Show me proof to the contrary. There's court documentation that shows that Jaclyn Hill does not own her brand. Not to mention that if you go to Forma's website, Forma says that they are the parent company of Jaclyn Cosmetics. On Jaclyn Cosmetics' website, it says that Forma is the parent company. Proves that Jaclyn doesn't own Jaclyn Cosmetics, okay? So for all of you out there that want to continue to defend her, and Jaclyn wants to continue to say, my brand, my new product, my brand, it's not her brand, okay? She may be the face of it, but it's not her brand. She doesn't own the major part of the brand, okay? She's not the controlling partner of the brand. She's not. Period. Jaclyn, come out and prove me otherwise in a video, okay? It's your brand. If anybody is going to come out and talk about Jaclyn Cosmetics and the truth about Jaclyn Cosmetics, don't you think it should be Jaclyn Hill? The one that said that she put her own money into it, the one that said that it was a family-owned business. If anybody's going to come out and defend Jaclyn Cosmetics, don't you think it should be Jaclyn Hill? With court documentation, Forma Brand's website, Jaclyn Cosmetics website. I mean, she hasn't come out and said anything about it. You don't think that's interesting? Why hasn't she come out and said anything about it? Because she knows that the truth will make her look bad, okay? So what do I want for Jaclyn Hill? I want her to quit lying to her audience and being honest with them and forthright about her business practices. I want her to stop saying that she wants to make makeup videos and that she has this love of makeup when she obviously doesn't have a love of makeup because she's not making makeup videos on YouTube. You know, she came out with this video. Here, let's just look. Now watch. She'll prove me wrong and she'll have posted a video yesterday or something like that. Hold on a second. Jaclyn Hill. So she, okay, let's see. She posted this video. Here she is. Here's her channel. She posted this video, let's see, 3 weeks ago called I'm closing my brands. And in that video, she said that she wants to get back to making makeup content. And a lot of comments were like, well, girl, didn't nobody tell you that you couldn't be making makeup content? You know, there's a lot of people out there. She cites Manny and Laura in that video. Well, Manny and Laura continue to push out 1 or 2 videos a week. There's a lot of YouTubers out there, a lot of TikTokers and Instagrammers that are pushing out makeup content. No, you're bored with makeup is what it is. You're just a business supposed owner at this point. You don't really care about makeup. She said in that video it's her dream to come out and do makeup content, okay? That she wants to get back to that. That's really her true love. She never really wanted to own businesses. Well, here it is 3 weeks later and she hasn't put out any makeup content where she's doing get readies with me or tutorials or anything like that. Nobody's tying her hands. Nobody's making her not come out with that content, right? Those are the kind of things that are disingenuous and phony about Jaclyn Hill. I want her to quit being a liar to her audience. I want her to disclose appropriately so that her consumers and her audience know when she is using an affiliate link and she's making money off of something. Okay? Number one, I think it's fair to your audience and it's transparent to let them know I am making money. This is why I'm pushing this affiliate link so hard. Number two, it's the law. Okay? You have to abide by the law. Right? The other thing is that I would just like her to do what she wants to do, you know? She's starting to kind of feed out now this idea, this dream. Like, she did this Q&A the other day, and people were asking her, like, what she wants to do, and she was like, well, I want to build a house or buy a new house with Jordan and things like that, which I understand. This has been her house. She wants a house with her husband. I get that. She wants to have kids and start a family and all that kind of stuff, and people were like, well, what's going to happen to your social media career? And she's like, I don't know. Like, I've never really known how I'll be able to do that and be a mom at the same time. And she said something on there about, and please don't come at me for like my parenting or something like that when I do have kids. And I thought, oh girl, like she is the last person in the world, okay, that could handle being on social media and showing anything to do with her kids, because people literally eat that stuff up alive, as they should, okay, when there are bad parenting tactics that are going on, as they should. But Jaclyn Hill would get one negative comment and she would go off. She would absolutely go off, all right? So what I want for Jaclyn is just to live her best life. But for her to do that, she's got to stop lying to her audience. She's got to be honest about these affiliate links and business practices. That isn't just the affiliate links. It's all of her business practices. Have appropriate business practices, okay? Take accountability. Sit down in a video and apologize to the women in the beauty industry that you have screwed over, and all of the business owners that you have screwed over. You know, there's a lot of people coming out and saying it's not just Jen Gerard, it's not just Marlene Estelle, it's 5, 6, 7, 8 people. It's like every person Jaclyn Hill does business with, their business either closes or they make a major loss, have a major loss, right? Get in a video and own it. You know, own it to your audience, own it to those people. Clean up the wreckage of your past and then move forward, you know? Live your best life. I want that for Jaclyn. I want that for all these people. My goal is not to ruin people on my channel. My goal is to bring the information to you, the audience member, the consumer, so that you know when you are putting money in these people's pockets, whether you're buying merch or whether you're buying makeup, okay? Or whether you're continuing to follow their Instagram, which gives them sponsorships, or follow their YouTube channel, which gives them sponsorships by the amount of followers they have. Listen, I see people out there that have 5 and 10 million followers on Instagram and YouTube and things like that, and they get less views on a picture, or less likes on a picture, and less views on a video than I do, okay? And they are getting $50,000 sponsorships because they have that number sitting at 5 million subscribers, 1 million subscriber. People look at those numbers and they go, oh, well, maybe I'll have 1 million people or 5 million people watch this video if they sponsor it, so they pay those people. So your follow of these people, your endorsement of these people greatly impacts their money, okay? I just want to make that very, very clear. When you follow these people, okay, that's why Jaclyn Hill has been caught in buying followers on her Instagram. You can go to her Instagram. I could go right now, and I can tell you right now, because I have her Instagram pulled up right here. She thinks she's got me blocked, but she doesn't. This is my sock account. You can go right over here to her 8.8 million followers, okay? And you can see all these people underneath here. They're like, here's this new person. This person has 0 posts, 5 followers, and 29. I mean, I'm just going straight down, okay? Here's the next person. This person is obviously a fake person. I mean, it's a guy in a pickup truck. I mean, and he's posting pictures like this, okay? I mean, these are all fake accounts. You can go in here and you can do it yourself, okay? Here's another one. Oh, this person has 0 posts, 0 followers, and is following 32 people. You can go in here. You guys can do all the work. Here's another one. 0 posts, 9 followers, 39. They're all fake, you guys. Jaclyn Hill buys fake followers, or her team buys fake followers. But needless to say, she's sitting at 8.8 million followers. So when somebody wants to do a sponsorship, they see that and they go, wow. So when you're following somebody and then you're supporting them making money by doing sponsorships and getting opportunities and things like that. That's why I'd stop following some of these people, okay? And if Jaclyn Hill hadn't blocked me, in all honesty, I would have just stopped following her, okay? I have unfollowed everybody problematic, and most, to be honest with you, I pretty much unfollowed every YouTuber I ever followed on Instagram anyway. You know, now I only follow, I think, like dog rescues and cute little art pictures and things like that, which you see me repost on my... Do y'all like that? Here, I posted one last night. Well, I got to get into my other account, so I don't want to do that. But I love this one account. They have these little houses of animals that live underground and stuff like that. That's what you get when you follow my Instagram. You don't get a bunch of fakety BS. But listen, I'm not about taking the girl down, okay? I'm not. Like, I want her to thrive. I want everybody to thrive, you know? Something I learned in early recovery is you have to want for other people what you want for yourself, right? Because if you want to be able to grow and change and be the best version of yourself, you have to want that for other people as well, because it's this reciprocal energy that goes back and forth, right? And that was a really powerful learning experience for me, to be able to pray for other people that maybe I had issues with. You know, I can remember in early sobriety having a huge resentment at somebody else and going to my sponsor. I just shared this story not too long ago on my, I think it was on my Peterisms channel, and I went to my sponsor said, and you don't have to be a believer in prayer, you can put it up to the universe or whatever, right? And if you're not have a higher power or anything like that. And I said to my sponsor, I was like, yeah, let me tell you this, and I told them this person this, and blah, blah, and he goes, okay, and you're going to start praying for this person every day. And I go, excuse me? He goes, you're going to start praying for this person for the resentment to be removed. You know, I don't have any deep-seated resentments towards Jaclyn Hill. Jaclyn Hill is just somebody that I talk about on my channel. Period. End of story. You know, she's just somebody that I talk about on my channel. She's just a public figure that I've covered for a very long time. But like you, like me, like anybody else out there, like my neighbors, like, you know, my friends, I want the best for Jaclyn Hill. I want the best for all of these people. Because the other thing is, the less problematic they are, and the less harm they're causing the world, the less they are affecting people negatively, okay? You know, and let's just take it on a very simple level. There are people out there that are die-hard fans of Jaclyn Hill and will defend her at any expense. You literally can see it underneath her Instagram posts, okay? And they are working 2 to 3 jobs to pay their bills, and yet they will continue to put money in the pocket of somebody that they do not have that money, okay? They don't have the $20, $30 to be buying this highlighter, but they will do it because they so love Jaclyn Hill, right? That they can't see the truth. That's why it's important that myself and other drama commentary channels share the truth of what's going on. Jaclyn Hill can end this anytime she wants. All she's got to do is come out and tell her truth. She's threatened to come out and tell her truth so many times. The reason why she doesn't want to is because we're starting to see this, is with Ginger Art and Marlene Estelle and all these other people. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to counter that truth, okay? So if she's going to come with the truth, she better come with the truth. Not her truth, okay? But the truth. She better come out with the truth. And say what really went on. And take some responsibility and accountability. And you know what? This is the really sad thing about it is, it really would not be that hard for her to get in a video and say, I have realized now after watching these podcasts and things like that, I've really hurt some people, you know, on my rise up. I stepped on a lot of shoulders. I really hurt a lot of businesswomen that were really there for me. And really, really, you know, wanted me to succeed in this field. And I'm so grateful for that. And I didn't give them the same grace. You know, I didn't treat them the same way. And I am so ashamed of that today. And I'm so embarrassed of that. And I want to make that right. And I want to repair those relationships if I possibly can. I want to be honest with you guys, my audience. I want to be honest with you about what's going on with Jaclyn Cosmetics. You know, to Kaylin Nicholson, who she can't even say her name in a video. No matter what happened, no matter if you had your name trademarked or not, what I did was, it was really a nasty move. And I apologize for it. If she got in a video and did that, if anybody got in a video and did that, if Michaela Nagara got in a video and did that, okay? If all these people out there that have hurt people would get in a video and do that and sincerely and genuinely take responsibility, their careers would soar. Seriously, they would. Yes, they would still have that small group of people that would never forgive them. A small group. But the majority of people... Listen, Shane Dawson can throw up some funny ha-ha conspiracy video, and people are like, oh, I've forgotten everything about you, Shane Dawson. You joked about being canceled in this video. I forgot you were people can forget that easily. If somebody got in a video and they took that kind of responsibility, the response would be unbelievable, okay? Not to mention that Jaclyn wants to talk about what a great person she is and all this kind of stuff, and don't she fall back on religiosity? I always thought, and this is just my speculation, okay? I always thought that that kind of religious core was about redemption and not a redemption arc, not in a joking way, but like taking responsibility for your actions, being honest, not hurting your neighbor. I mean, I thought that was all part of it, right? So if you're preaching that, shouldn't that be what you're living as well? And quite frankly, while we're at it, I don't know, and I've said this about Trisha Paytas, and people are like, well, Trisha Paytas is apologizing in this Dr. Drew podcast. No, she really didn't, okay? It was pulled out of her. Oh, Trisha Paytas apologized in this TikTok to Charlie. Okay, so she's spreading out, okay, like weed killer, these apologies, so that you have to go hunt and look for them, right? No, I'm talking about in a dedicated video. Trisha Paytas get down and sit down and apologize to everybody that she's hurt, and then not repeat that for several years, okay? For Shane Dawson to get an authentic video, for Jeffree Star to get an authentic video, for all these people to get an authentic video and just talk to their audience. I don't really know why that's that hard, in all honesty. You know, people can sit in here and they can say what they want to say about Peter don't edit his videos and Peter this, and yeah, it's so easy for you to throw up 15 videos a week and blah, 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 whatever, because you don't edit your videos. You're right, I don't edit my videos, okay? If it's so easy for me to sit here is a one-take wonder, okay, and not have this scripted. I don't have it scripted. All I have, here, let me show you. All I have right here on my table is I got my phone with Jaclyn Hill's Instagram pulled up. I got my reading glasses right here. I got my coffee, and I got my fan. I ain't got no script. I don't got no teleprompter or anything like that. What? Oh, she got water. She's so happy the hose is working. I don't got no teleprompter. No, I don't. I got Fernalicious right up here in the corner. Okay, I don't got no teleprompter. If what I do is so easy, and I'm not asking for pats on the back because I never said it was difficult. Okay, I have said we live very charmed lives. But if what I do is easy to get on video and just share what's going on and talk about it, why can't these people do the same thing? And yes, I have done it about very personal things in my life. So there's no reason why they shouldn't be able to do the same thing. At all. This is going to stop. Hold on. Almost caught it at the very last second. It just like went off. Anyway, so before this video gets way too long, I want to show that Jaclyn Hill came out in that video and she said she don't want to be a storefront no more, okay? Now, I know people that are like, well, it's her product. She's got to push this product. And does she? Does she? Or could she actually stick by her integrity and her morals of what she said in the video and she doesn't want to be a storefront anymore? You can't have it both ways. She didn't have to say that in her video. She didn't have to say she don't want to be a storefront anymore, okay? But needless to say, she's come out in now three different Instagram reels. This is the other thing I just want to tell you, something that kills me. Is when these YouTubers and people like that say, and Instagrammers, they say, I really miss just pictures on Instagram, okay? I miss pictures so much. I don't understand why people can't just post pictures anymore and people constantly have to post reels. Literally, every single one of Jaclyn Hill's posts is a reel, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then she's got a picture. One picture, then she's got reel. If you go to Manny's and Laura's and things like that, they're all reels. All these people do reels, right? Why? Because they get more traction and they get picked up easier in the algorithm and they get paid for these reels, okay? And that's all they care about, okay? All they care about is the traction and the money. Go look at mine. I got about one reel on there. I don't think I can figure out how to do those reels. I don't care. I like looking at people's pictures. If I wanted to see reels, I would go to TikTok, okay? That's how people are trying to do all this it's just too much for me, right? Okay, but anyway, Jaclyn Hill came out and she said she didn't want to be a storefront anymore. So people are eating her alive in the comment sections and they're saying, well, you said you didn't want to be a storefront. Well, she's split her audience now is what she's done. And this is not a good thing, okay? This is not a good thing because now what you have is 75% of the people are now kind of like against Jaclyn Hill. So much truth has come out. And the problem is this, and I've said this, you know, girl, listen, don't be coming out crying no rivers about the world being cruel to you, okay? I have come out for a very long time and told you to address this stuff, as have other people, okay? And had you come out and addressed each of these things as they happened, you know, the bankruptcy with Forma, Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, and whether or not you were an owner, you know, situations that came out through the years, the 6 scientists that you hired, you know, Marlene Estelle, you said, oh, I'm going to come out and tell my truth. Girl still haven't heard your truth about Marlene Estelle, haven't addressed that, haven't addressed the Caitlin Nicholson thing appropriately, can't even say her name in a video, just said a Canadian influencer. A smaller Canadian influencer on Instagram, that's how you described her. Okay, girl. Can't come out and appropriately address that. Never took responsibility for the fact that she said you had 25 million people on your server at the same time over those damn mystery boxes. That was a lie straight from the pit of hell. And all the other millions of lies that you've come up with. You've never once addressed them, okay? So what's happened is this, is you're getting paper trailed, girl. Now, I know that the only job you ever had was in a Mac counter when you used to go upstairs to an Ulta that didn't exist, okay, in the Woodfield Mall. You remember that mall? And there used to be an Ulta up there, except for there never was an Ulta up there. I looked. I researched it, okay? You said that you used to go upstairs to the Ulta, and you used to dream about having your own brand in Ulta, which actually backs up your story of then having things in Ulta. Unfortunately, you had come out years ago and it was a Sephora that you were in at that time, but now it's in Ulta because your brand's in Ulta. It's not in Sephora, okay? They didn't want you because of what you did with Becca Cosmetics. You know that, I know that, and a lot of other people know that, okay? That Sephora don't want you, okay? They'll take your money as far as having you do affiliate links on them, but they ain't gonna put your stuff in their store. Not to mention that they probably don't care that much about your stuff, but your stuff is in Ulta, okay? So you come up with this story and you talk about how you used to dream up going into the Ulta upstairs at Woodfield Mall. Upstairs, girl, Well, the only Ulta that has ever existed in Schaumburg, Illinois that I found opened in, I believe, 2019. It's in a strip mall called Woodfield Gardens, okay? That's the only Ulta that's ever existed. So I don't know what you're talking about, but that is a lie straight from the pit of hell, okay? I found that on my own, and several other people sent it to me, all right? There's never been an Ulta that existed upstairs of the Woodfield Mall, period, end of story. Never, okay? The only one is this one that is in a strip mall. So not when you were there. Not when you were there, there wasn't one upstairs, okay? You had long been on YouTube and quit working that job at the Mac counter, okay? So anyway, so she wants to tell all these stories, but she don't want to like ever come out and tell her truth. Jaclyn, you can come out and tell the truth anytime you want. Okay, nobody is stopping you. Just like nobody's stopping you from making these cosmetics videos and these get readies with me's and these tutorials that you are just dreaming to do. That has always been your passion, okay? It is my passion to make videos on YouTube, which is why I make 3 to 6 videos a day. I love it. I feel blessed that this is my job and that I get to call this a job. I feel blessed that there are 400 to 500 people on my Peterisms channel that want to watch my videos, okay? You know, I feel blessed that people want to hear what I have to say. Or maybe they don't. Maybe they just hate watch me. But listen, they're still watching, okay? I feel blessed for that. All right? I am extremely passionate about what I talk about on every single one of my channels. That is passion. I'm extremely passionate about addiction and recovery, which is why I talk about it all the time. To plant the seed, to maybe save somebody's life. That is passion. If you are passionate about something, you cannot stop yourself from doing it. I am passionate about watching Fear the Walking Dead. That's why I watch 4 to 5 episodes a night, okay? You ain't passionate about makeup. You're over it. You're done. You're bored of it. You've tried 15 other things. You came up with jewelry line. You came up with this cozy line. It fell dead. Wasn't nobody buying it, okay? You started doing lifestyle videos on your channel. Nobody cares. They don't want to watch them, okay? You can't keep up with your lives on those channels anyway. All right? You're disingenuous and you're not honest. Just come out and say you don't want to do makeup anymore. You don't want to do that because you know that you won't be able to sell any more of Jaclyn Cosmetics, and that's your only job for Jaclyn Cosmetics is to be the face and the salesperson of Jaclyn Cosmetics. Isn't that right? Come out and prove me wrong. Come out in a video and prove me wrong. I don't have a problem. I'll get in a video all day long and be like, y'all, I was wrong. Jaclyn Hill, she is the CEO, the CFO, the co-founder. She is the president. She is the script girl. She is the water girl. And she runs the commissary at Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics. I will own it all day long. I do not have a problem, okay? But Jaclyn, why don't you get in a video and come out and prove me wrong? I don't have a problem with that all day long. So let's get into these comments. Since Jaclyn Hill, she don't want to be a storefront, but she's selling these products. And this is what kills me is these people will sit there and they'll say, well, she's got a new product. She's got to push it. Does she? Well, she should have never said in her video that she didn't want to be a storefront then. Or were we supposed to assume she was just talking about affiliate links? Which then makes you wonder, like I said, she getting in trouble for those affiliate links, girl? Okay, well, let's go underneath here. So here you have this Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, or on her Jaclyn Hill thing where she's doing this gal's makeup and all this kind of stuff. Mind your business and ignore my bad spray tan hand. My new Vanity Light collection is now available at Ulta Beauty online. Not in the stores. Not in the stores. They can't even get rid of her stuff in those stores. I've had so many people send me stuff that work at Ulta that are like, we cannot get rid of Jaclyn Hill stuff. Nobody wants it, okay? And they're getting rid of it at the stores. And Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, I am so damn proud of this formula and how unique it is. I can't wait for you to play with it. Okay, so let's go under here and read these comments, right? Somebody said, here's the first comment on it, all right? Listening to all these stories come out about how you walk all over women to get a couple dollars in your pocket. It's a shame, right? And people underneath here say, I know, it's all coming out. Karma is getting her. She literally bankrupts every company that has worked with her. It's so sad. Somebody said, where are you seeing these stories so I can go see? Somebody said, go listen to the Sesh podcast. Their most recent has 2 women business owners sharing their experience, and they also have an episode with Marlene Estelle that is super eye-opening. Somebody said, truly heartbreaking. Okay, this is all under the first comment. Somebody said, girl, you're pushing this product so hard. And this is where the people come out and they defend it. Somebody says, right. And it says, yet she recently said she felt like a salesman and feels icky about it. Somebody said, who cares? She's damned if she does and she's damned if she doesn't. Let her be. She cares. That's who cares. Jaclyn cares. Isn't that what everyone does when they make a product to sell to people? Idiots of the internet, I swear. Idiots of the internet. No, we're calling Jaclyn Hill out about her lies, okay? Jaclyn Hill is the idiot of the internet. Sorry. Said what I said. Said what I said. Don't care, okay? Jaclyn Hill, idiot of the internet. Write that one. She should sign that as her signature. Isn't it crazy how, I mean, I'm literally reading these straight down, you guys. Isn't it crazy how every single brand you touched has gone under? Makeup Geek, Becca, Morphe, Cozy, and your jewelry line? Girl, you need to dig yourself in some holy water or something. Love for that comment. Somebody said Morphe is still available though, right? Bankrupt is what they are. Okay, restructuring, bankrupt, and about ready to get rid of Jaclyn Cosmetics. Forma, okay? Forma, formerly Morphe. Restructured, okay? Somebody said, I said the same thing. Everything she touches turns to pots. Her dang lipsticks don't even come out right. Somebody said, yes, and Morphe is still available, but they have a lawsuit happening. That's why they had to file for bankruptcy. I think that's why she's saying she doesn't know what's going to happen to Jaclyn Cosmetics in the future. She doesn't, because she doesn't have any control over that. She'll just be told, we're closing Jaclyn Cosmetics down. I don't know why people don't pick up on this stuff, because they just love Jaclyn so much, because Jaclyn would take a bullet for you, you think? She hardly wanted to let that cat inside of her house. Justice for Puss Puss. Somebody said, okay, and this is interesting to me because when you go through here, Jaclyn comments on a lot of these, but they're only the ones that have to do with the makeup, okay? And literally you can see two comments like sitting side by side where they're calling her out about the Marlene Estelle and Ginger Ard situation, and it'll be the comment on top of it that she'll respond to, but or the comment underneath it that she'll respond to, so she has to see that comment. She's reading all the comments, but she don't respond to those comments. Why not, Jaclyn? Why don't you come out and tell your truth? Somebody said, I love you and no shade, but I don't know if highlighters are a big thing anymore. They were in 2016. I know it's a big fallout with them, which a lot of people are saying. Girl, why are you still doing these shiny highlighters on your cheek? Don't nobody wear that anymore. She said, 100% that blinding highlight is no longer in trend, but think of this as all-over face illuminizer. Oh, like if somebody done jizz on your face, girl. Okay. Poof. Jaclyn Hill fart idea. It looks beautiful with no makeup and minimal makeup as well. When is Jaclyn Hill? Jaclyn Hill is either no makeup completely or full glam. Jaclyn Hill is never minimal makeup. I have never noticed that Jaclyn Hill is minimal makeup. Have you? She's either full glam or she's no makeup, hair back in a ponytail. Which, listen, I don't care, okay? But where's she going to sit there and talk about that, okay? Just makes the skin look real healthy. You know, I did know this girl back in the day, no true story. And she's married, and so this is a marital story. I can share it. But she used to save some of her husband's stuff in the freezer because she said it was real good for her skin. Poof! Jaclyn Hill idea. Illuminizer, glazed donut highlighter. Now it's all coming back to me now. Okay, so somebody said, how are you not canceled still? And somebody said, just here to remind Jaclyn of her sins. And this cracks me up. Somebody said, oh my God, let me guess, like you're perfect, huh? No, but Jaclyn Hill is far from it, okay? Somebody said, oh my God, best comment I've seen, LOL. And somebody said, that's disgusting. You're not God. This comment makes you worse than anything Jaclyn may have done. Gross. Saying that you're here to remind Jaclyn Hill of her sins is worse than anything that Jaclyn Hill has done. Have you kept up with the information of the fact that Jaclyn Hill has literally stabbed women in the back, metaphorically, in business transactions, and they are coming out and they are telling her stories? She has done people wrong for years. She has lied to her audience. Those are sins, okay? If you are somebody that goes by what biblical sins are, those are sins, okay? Not to mention, don't covet what your neighbor has, okay? Or something like that. That's the Kardashians for her all day long. She covets those Kardashians, what they have. Somebody said, Jaclyn, you could have been the GOAT. Instead, you let money, power, and influence get in the way. You said a long time ago that you didn't want to do that. I can literally hear you saying it in my head right now. I will never sell out. It's like you failed every test to prove otherwise. There are a lot, I mean a effing lot of women that wish they could have been given even half the chance you've been given. So many of us that see your success and wish that could have been them. You stepped on so many good women on your way to the top. And we're watching the consequences of that in real time today. With the closing of your brands, no one will want to touch you now, reputable or small. I think it's a very interesting comment. I think it's an actually very appropriate comment and very telling of what I think the majority of people think of Jaclyn Hill, that she refers to as anybody that is critical of her as her haters, and so does Jordan, because Jordan, her husband, is a yes man. Now, I don't know about you, but I have a very supportive husband, but he is no yes man. My husband puts me in my spot and tells me when I need to hear things. My husband tells me what I need to hear, not what I want to hear. He is no yes man. He is no yes person. I don't surround myself by yes people. Jen Gerard came out and said that Jaclyn Hill has always surrounded herself by yes people, which is why she, Jordan, and everybody else around her believe that these are haters. No, Jaclyn, these are people that have loved you for a very long time and are fans and just can't tolerate your BS anymore. Interestingly enough, another common thread on the post was that people were noticing that every time that Jaclyn comes out with a new launch, on Jaclyn Cosmetics and on Jaclyn, I think I actually saved this comment, actually. Actually. Oh, I had some sweaters here that I thought were so cute that I might want to buy. This deconstructed sweater that I might want to buy for fall. Anyway, by the way, just so you know, Jaclyn Hill, she still follows Colleen Ballinger and James Charles, so she's just as problematic as the best. But you know what was interesting to me is that a lot of people were talking about how that Jaclyn Hill, like no major influencers ever comment on her brand's release. Like Painted by James Charles, it had massive, I mean, he's a self-proclaimed predator, and he had a massive amount of major influencers commenting on his video, or his post, right? Jaclyn Hill, whoo, crickets over there. And somebody said, I've noticed your brands don't share fans that aren't Insta official or have high followers. Could be wrong. Why is that? Okay? And what she's basically saying is, she doesn't understand. This person is saying, I don't understand why your account, Jaclyn Cosmetics, and your own account, whenever you talk about something, there aren't any major followers or people that are like major Instagrammers. Michaela Noguera, she's a good Judy. You mentored her. She just won a streaming last night. Give me a break. Anyway, somebody said, or Jaclyn responds to it and says, if you scroll through my brand page, you will see that we post lots of people who are not verified and don't have a lot of followers. Not sure where you're getting that from. Yes, girl, that's what she's saying. You just proved her right. She's saying that no major influencer, no major beauty influencer, no makeup artist, no makeup expert, okay, except for people that you're sponsoring their classes, all right, and giving them free product. Those are the only people that are shouting out your product. Nobody else. It's crickets. Okay, where are all your good Judies? Where's the Jeffree Stars and everybody else that can't wait to get this highlighter on their face? Don't hear nobody talking about it, girl. All them favors you did. Better call up some of them favors, Jaclyn Hill. Either that or tell the truth. It's up to you. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.